Greetings, it's Lindsay here, and welcome to your week 2 Svadhisthana Sacral Chakra Yantra meditation mini class. Today we will discuss how to meditate with the Sacral Chakra Yantra. So if you've watched your first week's course on Muladhara root chakra, you now know what a yantra is and how to work with it. So we begin by getting ourselves into a seated meditative posture. We want to place the yantra at our eye level, and we're always going to begin by spiraling around the outer layer of the yantra first, which is always going to be the lotus petals. So as you see here in Svadhisthana Yantra, we have 6 petals on our lotus. 6-petaled lotus is the pattern of radiant energy for Svadhisthana. And as you see, so we're always going to start at the top and we work our way clockwise. So we take a moment with each petal and we contemplate and we observe it. Now I have written the pronunciations for these mantras in each of the petals. You can chant them internally, you can chant them outwardly, whatever calls to you. This is the spelling, and you will have to look up the proper pronunciation of Sanskrit. So we have BAM, B-A-M, which is very close to our seed mantra for this chakra. In the center, you see we have VAM, FUM, FUM here, and this is very close, one letter off. BUM. The second one is BHAM, B-H-A-M. Then we have MUM, M-A-M. Then we have YUM, Y-A-M. We have Ram, R-A-M. And does this sound familiar? If we worked with the yantra from Muladhara chakra, we're returning to Lam, L-A-M, Lam. So you see how interrelated sacral and root chakras are. They both have each other's seed syllable in their lotus petals. So you begin in the first few times that you work with this yantra, you sit in contemplation of these outward petals. I would suggest 2 or 3 times, preferably at least 3, before you then go to move inwardly. And you always want to bring yourself into a calm, meditative, focused state in your body before you start working with the yantra. So again, like I told you last week, close your eyes, go within, get yourself centered, then open your eyes and begin your contemplation of the yantras. And when you consider the 6 petals of Svadhisthana Yantra and their Sanskrit letters, these represent qualities that the meditation on the Svadhisthana Yantra are going to help you get rid of. So overindulgence, pitilessness, self-destructiveness, delusion, disdain, and suspicion. I'll repeat those again. So meditating on each of these Sanskrit letters is going to help you overcome these qualities: overindulgence, pitilessness, self-destructiveness, delusion, disdain, and suspicion. So these very human qualities are things that are associated with Svadhisthana chakra energy. So when we work with the yantra, we work to free ourselves from these less than desirable qualities. Right? Because we all have the potential to be overindulgent, to fall into pity, to be self-destructive, delusional, disdainful, and suspicious, right? These are things that arise when our sacral chakra is unbalanced. So by working with this yantra to get our energy flowing and in balance, we are able to get these qualities in check. Okay, and after you've worked with the outer petals several times, and then you sit in meditation again. You're going to, of course, begin on the outside, and then you're going to come inward. And the first thing you'll notice is the Makara, our mythological animal, who is the animal custodian of Svadhisthana chakra. He resembles a crocodile with a fish's tail. And on his back, you'll notice the Makara is carrying a blue circle with a crescent moon at the bottom of the circle. You can see the crescent moon in here. And both of these are very symbolic of the water element. When we start talking about sacred shapes and sacred geometry, like we talked about square being representative and connected to the earth element in Muladhara, circle connects us to water. And then to add another layer, we have the crescent moon, which of course links us to the moon, which is, you know, all the power of the moon over the waters of the earth also shows us the power of the moon over the waters of our body. And then, of course, Svadhisthana chakra governs the water elements of the body, our blood, our lymph, our tears, our saliva, semen, sexual fluids. So this very much layers upon that to get a healthy flow when we start contemplating these sacred shapes. And then at the center, after we've connected with the Makara and our geometric shapes and our crescent moon, we're going to come inwards and we're going to notice Vam, the Sanskrit seed mantra for Svadhisthana chakra. This is the seed mantra for Varuna, who is the god of water in the Hindu pantheon. Varuna is our masculine custodian of the Svadhisthana Yantra. This is his seed mantra. Vam, Vam. And you pronounce this almost by placing your tongue behind your teeth, almost like an FV. Vam is how you pronounce it. And then after you've repeated the mantra, either internally or out loud, whatever you prefer, there is a lot of power in internal chanting. You're going to come inwards to the center where you will see a bindi. And that's the final point of concentration, this dot known as a bindi or a bindu. This is the energetic center of the yantra. And it is the point over the Sanskrit letter Vam that forms the inner seed mantra. So you sit in contemplation and concentration on this bindi for as long as you can. You know, the longer and more often you work with the yantra, the more powerful and profound the effects will be. It's definitely something that can be worked with often and over time. And as I said last week, when you begin, just give yourself a minute or two and then increase the time and add a layer each time you sit with it. Much love, many blessings, and I look forward to hearing about your experience with Svadhisthana Yantra. Namaste.